going to be doing global changes. Now, in SmartSuite, when you subscribe and are a member of our SmartSuite community, unlike our competitors, there is no, oh, you want to do that, so you have to pay more, or you want that feature. Well, that's an opportunity for us to bill you even more. Oh, you want that function. Oh, well, here's another golden opportunity to get more money out of you. So no, we don't operate like that. You pay an annual subscription fee and you get everything. And not only do you get everything, but if you want to do things like global changes, but you don't have the time or can't be bothered, we'll do it for you and it won't even cost you anything. However, the same thing applies to reports. If you want to write a tailored report or you want to run a report, but you're too busy for it and you want us to do it for you, we'll do it for you. However, you can do it yourself if you want to, and you can take that power in your hands and realize the power of being totally in control of your data to be able to do whatever it is you want to do. And if you think you're going to be treading into some dangerous space because you might do some global changes and then, I've just gone and done a global delete and I'd like to undelete it. Why not just pick up the phone, call us, tell us what you're trying to do, and ask us to just do a full backup just in case you need to restore it. And you can tell us, can you hold the backup for a day, a week, a month, whatever, so that we will keep it on our system. So you do not have to have any fear that when you do things like global changes, that it's going to impact your data and you won't be able to undo it. So to be able to do a global change, and I think you will love working in the global change space when you realize the power of it, all you need to do is click on the menu and go down to configuration. If you don't have configuration, that means you do not have librarian rights. Now, I am assuming before we go any further that you have already signed into the system, because if you're not signed in, you're not going to be able to alter or touch any data. And if you're signed in, you do need to have the appropriate rights. So if you have the configuration button here, that means you have librarian rights. If not, see your systems administrator or give us a call, and we will then talk to your systems administrator to make sure that you have the configuration option. When you click on configuration, you got a whole bunch of options here. The one that we're interested in is the one right at the bottom that says global functions. Just click on that, and like the reports module, these are all the global functions that are created by us. And if you change any of those and you want to do it a different way, see where it says functions created by me? It'll appear down the bottom. So I'm going to take one global function. I'm going to change the parameters and show you how I can have a tailored one down here. So let's start with cataloging. And let's start with loan periods by media. That's a good one. Okay, so we're going to do a global change and set the loan period based on media. Why would we do that? Let me give you an example. Let's say, for argument's sake, you have a media type called equipment. And at the moment, equipment can be borrowed for 30 days. And you never get access to this media because not only is it borrowed for 30 days, you have to wait 30 days before you can then follow it up. But you can say, no, I'm going to reduce my loan periods on all my equipment for 7 days. So just click on that, loan period by media. So all you're doing is just selecting which one you want to work in. Okay. Once you select the item you want to work in, go open. And it says with media equal to. And let's have a look at equipment. So we'll scroll down here, and that's alphabetic. So we'll say, I want to change do a global change for all my equipment. And I'll go search for them. And there's my search. And say any global changes you do is going to impact these items. Now, for you to impact these items, you have to tell it which one in the list. So you can say, no, I only want to affect this one, and this one. Those are the only ones. Okay? Or If you've got 5 pages, you don't want to go tick, 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 tick across all 5 of them. Up the top in the header, if you put a tick in there, it'll put a tick and it'll go and impact everything on that list. But you can say, no, 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 no. I want to not touch that one and not touch that one. So you can include all and then disable the ones you don't want. You can only include the ones you want. Okay, so I'm going to do all my equipment. Okay, if you make a mistake, just click on that, get rid of it. So that's all my equipment. And now I'll say change. Now, what you might want to do is before you do the change, you might want to go and run a report. So if I click the reports menu, what that's going to give me is it's going to give me all my information of all the records that I'm playing around with. So I can go and print that report or email that report or export that report. But if I'm not going to do a report or I'm finished with the report, I exit out of there and come back to that screen. Okay, so in the report screen, it brings up a new tab. And all I did was I exited out of that tab to take me to the previous screen. Global changes, I want to change my loan period and renewal period. So now I'll go change all of those and say loan type override with daily, and renewal type override with no renewal on those items. So you can choose anything from all your loan types and all your renewal types in here. Now when you do that, all you need to do is go update. Okay, and it tells you, are you sure? And I just go, yep, confirm, I want to do it. Your changes have been successful. And that's all there is to doing a global change. Literally as simple as that. Except now what I might want to do is I'm looking at media equal to equipment. I might want to add other resources where I say it's not all the equipment. I want to, so let's just go and have a look at this list first. So let's have a look at that. And I've got a call number, which is, I don't have any locations. So let's say that we had thousands of records on here, but I only want to change the media type for call numbers gen. Okay, so what I can do is I can go back into my my system. So let's just exit out of here and go back into configuration, go back into global functions. Okay, and when I go into global functions, I'll go to my catalog record, and I want to do my loan periods by location. So I'll click location this time, not media type. Loan periods by location. I'll go open, and then I'll say, well, what locations have I got? Let's have a look at the A7 storeroom, just as an example. Good. I've got heaps and heaps and heaps. Okay, I can go load more and look at the next page. Now there's all my material. Okay, loan period by location, and the location was the storeroom. Remember that? But in the storeroom, I only want to affect the call number starting with CS. All right. So what I can do is I can say, all right, let's go and do my location, global changes by location, and within location by anything starting with CS in the call number. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to add new parameters onto any global function or any reporting function. So when you go in here and you choose loan periods by location, okay, and I go open, so it says location equal to an A7 storeroom, and now I can go that plus sign, and that plus sign, and what are my options? Call number. Call number equal to, no, call number starting with CS. Okay, and now I can go search, and guess what? It's only restricted me to that. Now, if that's what you want, okay, I'm not going to go and do the change and what have you, but this is a global change I'm going to periodically do. I'm going to select a location and I'm going to select a call number. So I'm going to save this program, and it said, what name do you want to give it? And I'll say the name I want to give it is loan periods by location and by starting call number. Okay, and I'm going to save that. Okay, and it says that function's been saved. So that's one way to save that function. Now let's go back in here. I'll go down to configurations. I'll go down to global functions. Okay, and in the global functions, remember we never had anything at the bottom, but because I took an existing program from here and I changed how that program is going to work, it saved it for me down here. So when I go to catalog, it says loan periods by location and by starting call number. So if I go open that up, okay, sorry, I have to choose one. So let's just choose this one and then go open. Okay, it says, all right, location equal to, so I can go and choose that, and call number starting with, and I can put that in there. And all of a sudden, I have created a brand new global change, which didn't just have that. And by the way, I can say, and I want to say with creation date that was created after a certain date and before a certain date, or and with sublocation equal to this, or and with renewal type equal to this. So you can just keep clicking that plus and then choosing what you want to do with what field, with copy status equal to, no, I can say copy status not equal to on loan, or not equal to available, so every other copy status. So you can add as many parameters and you can just run it. Or if you think this is a global function you're going to do repetitively, why not save it, give it a name that's more descriptive, so that when you look at the list of all the functions, you can go, ah, that's the one I've done. So that's a global function. Now, the next one I'm going to do with global functions is global delete. We get a lot of these. And especially as we're coming towards the end of the year, you have to go and cull your collection. Well, my recommendation is, why wait till the end of the year? Do it as often as you like. And it's really simple and easy to do. So if you want to delete weeded items, you want to cull your collection. So all you need to, so when books get checked in, if they look like a dog's dinner, put it into a bucket and call that bucket ready to be weeded. Just put it in there. Whenever you get some free time in your library, and I know that's a bit of a joke because you're no longer just doing library functions, you're also teaching and you've got yard duty and all these others. But if ever you walk past your collection and you see, that book looks like a dog's dinner, let's just get rid of it. Let's weed that one, weed that one. Oh, this is an old book, let's weed that one. Chuck it into a box that just says items to be weeded. And when you go to weed it, you'll just go into the menu button, you'll come down to configuration, and we'll go down to global functions. Okay, now, because it's a catalog item, you click on catalog. These are all the different global functions you've got. The ones at the bottom, if you remember, are the ones that you've created. So we're going to go into delete weeded items. So click on delete weeded items and go open. And it says multiple barcodes, okay? Or you can say, no, I just want to weed everything in a particular location or a particular sublocation or a particular media type. But the default is multiple barcodes equal to, and in here you will just enter your barcode. So you zap in your barcode, 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 okay? And then go search, and it'll come up and it'll say, these are all the items you're going to weed. So do you want to run a report? And you go, yep. So you'll select that one, which will select all those items, and you go report please. And it will run the report. So all the global functions are the same. It'll run that report for you, which you can then print. You can have a result another way, which you can then print that one as well. Okay. However, if you've finished with that and you've run that report, you close the tab for the report by just clicking the tab, take you back to there. And now you'll click on not just that delete button, go to the one next to it. And it says delete the selected items, which is those ones. Okay. And just go delete selected, and it will delete all the items out of there. Okay. Or you can click on delete the filtered items. The filtered items means that I've selected these items, so I just want all of them deleted. My recommendation is if it's all, don't go worry about which ones. Get into the habit of clicking that top so that you can see it's got all ticks. So when I go in there and I say delete the selected, every one of those items are going to be deleted. Okay. And that is how simple it is to do a deleted weeded items, a global change. So I've shown you how to do global change. Now you might want to say, I want to change my catalog. I want to change my location because I've taken a whole bunch of stock and I've moved it. So what you can do is you can do this. So you can go in here and you can go configuration, you go down to global functions, and I'll go into catalog, and I'm going to choose one that I'm going to work with. So I'm going to change the media type of certain items in a particular location. Okay, so I can go loan periods by location. I go open, and I'll say, all right, location equal to A7 store, and I'll say, and media type. So let's go down to media. Oops, I don't want that. And media equal to equipment. Okay, and this is a global thing that I'm going to do. So what I can do is I can save it. So if I say save that, and location, so loans by period, so I'm going to change that, and I say catalog, cat by location by media. So that's what I'm going to give this report, and I'm going to go save. So that program saved. Now when I go into my configuration and go down to my global functions, okay, and that page loads, and I go to catalog, there it says catalog by location by media. So now I'll go in here and I'll go open that. So it says give me a location, give me a media. So let's go in here and we'll say the location is the A7 staff room, the media in there is the equipment. Okay, and now I'll go search for that item. Oh, I don't have any items in there, but if there were items there, I could have gone click in here and I could have said I want to change. Okay, and you can say change the loan type to this. No, I don't want to change the loan type. I actually want to change the location of what's been selected and overwrite it with the careers office, because that's where it's going to go. Okay, and don't worry about this one. So the location is now going to be that, and I'll just go update, and I've taken a deleting function and changed it to override a particular location and a particular media type to now read that the location is going to be careers office. So that's very, very powerful on what you can do with the global functions. If you are hesitant and you think I'm going to spend the afternoon playing around with global functions, why not give us a call before you do and say, I'm going to be doing some global changes, and can you please do a backup of my collection, and I will make a detailed log of what I'm changing globally. In case I need to undo it, I'll give you a call, and if you can undo it for me. So give us a call, tell us to back it up, and we'll hold it for you for as long as you want. Say hold it for a month, and then go ahead and do your global changes. You do not have to worry about it. Okay, about stuffing it up or doing massive changes that cannot be undone. Anything can be undone as long as you ask us to back it up before you go into it. Thank you very much for this opportunity to present a very, very powerful feature of global change. And by the way, if you're too busy, like a lot of our sites, because your time is so stretched and they've taken away staffing from your library, ask us to do it. Tell us what you want to do and we'll do it for you. You don't even have to worry. And the best part is there is absolutely $0 extra cost to have the function, to create new functions, or have us do the function for you. Hope you've enjoyed this experience with Global Functions.